All right, get everything connected. Ugh. Right.
Let's test the audio.
All right, get everything connected.
Yeah. See if
Ugh.
we sound all right. Make sure everyone can hear us.
Let's test the audio.
All right.
All right, we sound good.
That's good.
We are live
That's
on
good.
Twitch.
Excellent.
Live on YouTube.
Okay.
So information.
Send it out. Let the world know. Sip some coffee.
Don't blame you there.
All right, there's it.
Oh,
Well, hello, Faith.
your alarm
Hello,
must have
Dr.
gone
Ann.
off. Hello to both of you.
Glad you're here.
Awesome.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay, everything's up. We're live everywhere. There's
Really?
just
Got a long ad? Okay.
accidentally crushed a ladybug that was on the edge of my chair.
Was it a ladybug or one of the Chinese beetles?
It's a good question. I don't have
Was
a
it
good
red?
answer for you.
Red or orange?
It was orange.
That's the Chinese.
Okay, well, it's dead now either way.
Yes, it was. Yes. Ugh. All set up.
Are they poisonous?
I don't think so.
Good.
I think
Okay.
they might nip you, but they got pinchers for mouths or whatever.
Yeah. So I do have a pre-show topic.
Okay. Spit it out, man.
So you know about Stardew Valley, right?
Not much, but yeah. Yes, but I know about Stardew Valley. Yes.
Developed for PC. It was never meant to go to any other platforms when it was originally developed, right? Started off with one man making the game, and then little by little he added on people. I believe the team is now 7 people.
Okay.
Game came to consoles. Multiplayer on consoles, right?
Yeah.
He announced a couple years back that there was going to be, hey, King, that's coming from us, yeah. He announced a couple years back there was going to be a mobile version, but the mobile version would not be the full game. It would be some of the older features, but would not have multiplayer, wouldn't have any of that stuff because the game was not originally designed to run on mobile.
Yeah.
And he had no intentions to add multiplayer. It was just hey, it's coming to mobile where you can play it. Won't have cross save, it won't have cross play, but it will be on mobile if you want to get it. Says on the page that stuff is not ever going to be added, right? Well,
yeah.
This week he rolled out the newest update, which added the Ginger Islands. It's the 1.5 update from the original PC version and console version. Still no multiplayer because there's no plans to add multiplayer because multiplayer on mobile is a very different beast than it is on everything else.
Yeah.
And
imagine
got absolutely trashed by Twitter, Google reviews of people going, well, this is the update that added multiplayer on PC, so where's the multiplayer on mobile?
It's not there. They said it wouldn't be.
I
figured that was coming.
Be there. What do you mean?
Figured that was coming.
And so it's just like Concerned Ape, the dev, right? He had that name before NFTs, by the way. Poor guy. But just the idea of, hey, I've told you so many times it's not happening, and now he's getting negative reviews, and it's really frustrating to me that people have no reading comprehension at all. And just immediately go, well, it must be because the dev's lazy.
Yeah. Give me 2 minutes on a computer and I can show you why it doesn't have it.
Right.
All I need is the internet and a keyboard.
Yeah, people are just jerks, but it was one of those things where...
unlock your phone, hand it to me, and give me 2 minutes. I will show you why it doesn't have it.
Right. No, for sure. Work always waits to text me until the minute we hit go live.
Yeah. Got to deal with that, huh?
Yeah.
That's the way. Yeah. Interesting. Hope it's all right. Got it covered. Hide that back over there. All right,
There
now
we
you're
go.
set. There you go.
Should be good for at least a few more minutes. But no, I thought that was really interesting. The idea of like if he'd added it, even though he said he wasn't going to, that would have been like a cool surprise. But since he
Yeah.
told you ahead of time it wasn't coming,
Yeah.
people,
Yes.
gotta love.
You're not true fans.
But I'm not gonna say that this guy is like special and should not get criticized like everybody else. But this guy has proven, and maybe that's why they do this. This guy has proven that he does not take criticism well. Like the last time he had a big criticism of the game, he spent the next 4 months fixing that problem that person had.
Well, if it's a problem that somebody points out to him and he's like, that gummit, they're right. I didn't see it. Then, that's one thing.
Right.
But if he's like, but this is a problem of people's creating that shouldn't exist.
Yeah, it's unnecessary expectation.
Yeah.
Never liked multiplayer anyway. Well, and like multiplayer on mobile. Hey Dark, we're talking about Stardew Valley stuff for the pre-show topic. Multiplayer on mobile is like so much more difficult because it's so much easier to hack.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
How are you gonna go? Hey, yeah, you can play with anybody through your phone without using Games for Windows Live, which is now the Microsoft app, without using. I'm almost.
I haven't heard of that one.
Sorry, gotta break it up.
I don't know where that one's based. I've never heard of that one.
Without using Sony's app or Nintendo Switch Online's app or the Steam app, making it where anybody could play with anybody no matter what platform they're on. Like,
yeah,
that's gonna get taken advantage of.
Easily. But like I said, from the get-go, the guy says, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Any other really, so
All
good
right.
people of the world. Good people of the world.
Well, that filled up a pre-show.
All right.
You ready to kick this thing off?
Absolutely.
I realize now that we're on episode like 283, and I have said, "Are you ready to kick this off?" at the start of the last 70, probably.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It is crossplay. I believe it's available to play between consoles. I will double check after this. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I'm Roman.
And we got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Now, lately, we've been starting the podcast with a pop quiz. Do we have one of those today?
Yeah. You do have a pop quiz.
All right.
I got my score sheet here. We'll try to find one interesting. I think that will maybe somebody learn something.
Just real quick, Dart, it has crossplay between its own consoles. So PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, but no crossplay between each other.
Oh, they don't want to play together.
Not.
All right. So, Civil War has been like part of the world's history. It's happened all over the place.
Okay.
And yeah, I know. Usually it's two sides to it, but there's one time where there's got 3 sides to it, and that was during the Three Kingdoms War.
Oh, okay. No, I have it on PlayStation. Dark. Okay. All right.
So I got some questions about that. Some of these are going to be like super easy, but I'm going to see what you know. Okay.
All right.
Let me check this. There we go. All right. So the first one should be, you should get right off the bat. The Three Kingdoms War, the ultimately drove a country into 3 warring factions as they engaged in a makeshift civil war, was from where?
From
what
where?
China. Yeah, what country? China, yes.
Yeah.
The easy one right off the bat. Easy one right off the bat. Yes, China is right. Very good. All right. Well, I'm gonna click the right tab and I might get it. Okay. Now, the it officially started in 220 AD and went to 280 AD.
Okay.
The it took place between two dynasties. Can you name one of the dynasties?
It took place between two dynasties. So we had the Han
Yeah, that's one. So
and
can you name the other one?
what is it
I'll ask
called?
for one.
It's not. They didn't call it the Suma, even though the Suma clan was the one that like changed it because Cao Cao kept it as the Han dynasty while he was in charge. It's is it the Zhao dynasty?
Oh, that's close. It's Jin.
Oh, it is Jin. Ah, man.
Okay. So officially, the Three Kings War lasted for a period of 60 years, and from like I said, from 220 AD to 80 AD, 60 years, right? But the origins of it go back further to about 189 AD,
Hmm.
and something happened at that time. There was a big
It's a big deal.
yeah, it was a big deal. Something really big happened at that time to kind of kick it off and get this ball rolling. Do you
It
know
was
what
the
that
Yellow
was?
Turban Rebellion.
Oh no, not at
Oh,
that time. That's good though. That was kind of the start of it. The uh the Han emperor had died,
yeah,
and a young emperor was
yeah.
placed on the throne.
Yeah, that's what
No.
caused the Yellow Turban Rebellion was the
Yeah.
death of the
Yes.
emperor. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
That.
because they believed they had a chance now to turn things around.
Okay. All right. So many.
Oh, so close.
Well, it's very close. Let's see. Oh yes, okay. So many generals were unhappy with the new emperor, who was eventually ousted and replaced. But fighting and political tensions continued to grow, and then the Civil War broke out, dividing into three kingdoms. But they were really worried about the influence of a certain group. Do you know what that group was?
Of a group. Okay, this could
Yeah.
be one of three things. This could be the mystics that were spurring the Yellow Turban Rebellion. This could be Dong Zhuo and his cabal, or this could be Yuan Chao and his his attempt to retake it. I'm gonna go with Dong Zhuo and his
Okay.
cabal.
Okay, I'm gonna help you out on this one because there's a lot of history there.
Yeah, it's a big period of time. Lots of things happen.
So the young emperor, it was part of his.
Oh no, of course, no.
What?
It's the eunuchs.
It's the
It's the eunuchs. It's always look. If you have a problem in Romance of the Three Kingdoms Dynasty Wars, it's always the eunuchs. It's always the eunuchs.
There you go. Good. Uh, so what were the three kingdoms? Can you name two of them?
Oh, I can name all three. It's Shu,
Okay,
Wei,
yeah,
and Wu.
yeah, that is it. And very good. So I'm gonna let me give you a check mark on that one too. All right. So, of the three kingdoms, right there, who had the strongest military?
Oh, that was Wei by far.
By far,
Yeah.
yes. They are. So you got that one too. Very
Cao Cao.
good.
I even wore blue tonight. Oh, that's perfect. I'm a Wei fan.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. All right. So as much as you are, uh, so let me see how to put this one. This I can be really picky about this. I don't know if I want to be that picky about it. Okay. So one of the kingdoms was overthrown
Yeah.
as the Jin dynasty emerged in
Yeah.
265 AD. Do you know which one that was?
That was the Wei Kingdom.
That was the Wei Kingdom. Yes,
Yeah.
they were the kingdom of the north. The other two were in the south.
Yeah. I don't know if I should.
Conquering,
I don't know if I should embellish on that or not, or if it's going to be one of the questions coming up.
well, after the Jin dynasty after Wei got overthrown, they had to take them out first before they could turn back down to the south to take on the Shu and the Wu kingdoms.
Yeah.
Ugh. And yeah. All right. Oh, I've got three more. Here we
Okay.
go. I mean, check chat. A new one. We got. You are. All right. So. Okay. So this period of fighting was responsible for one of the deadliest periods in China's history. Okay. During the Han Empire, can you give me a rough estimate of how big their population was?
Not even close. I'm gonna give you a guess, but I felt like you were about to ask for a number. I'm gonna say 63 million.
That is very close.
Is it?
It is 54 million.
Oh, I
You
knew a
were
lot of
within-
people died.
Yeah, you were within 10. Yes, because by the time the Jin Empire or the dynasty, there was 16 million.
Yeah, because I know at Cherby alone at Red Cliff, 30 million people die in that one battle, and it was like, well, it must be at least twice that somewhere close.
Okay. So there was massive death tolls, a lot of fighting, but this was kind of also a very innovative time.
Mhm.
And there was three things that were either invented or improved. One of three things that were either invented or improved during this time by China.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go with the wooden horses, or well, what are they called? What do we call them today? Wheelbarrows. Because that was one. Zhuge Liang made that. Then there was, what was it called? They had like the screaming screaming dragon or something like that, which was the improvement to the cannon to make it able to be boat bound.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the third one, I believe, is
You've got it. I'm definitely going to give it to you on that second one there.
okay.
I think you and both Dark kind of got it with the cannon, but it's gunpowder specifically was invented during this period.
Right.
And that they made quite a few advances with that.
Yeah.
But also their irrigation systems changed. They were updated a whole lot during this period.
Yeah.
And because of the increased demand, the shipbuilding
Yeah.
became a lot more efficient, and you started getting bigger ships. And of course, there was trade along the Silk Road and stuff like that. Okay,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna give that to you.
Awesome.
I'm gonna give that to you. Yes, I'm doing very well. All right, last one. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Here we go. Hard mode. That's when he has names.
okay. I'm not gonna ask the name. I was gonna ask the name of the guy who wrote the book, but I'm gonna ask a little bit differently and give you a chance to get it.
Okay.
Okay. So the history of the war was immortalized in the book, The Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Right.
This popular historical fiction was written by, forgive me, Liu Gangzhong.
Okay.
I
I would never have gotten that, so thanks for not asking that.
Yeah, right. But the exact publication year is kind of unknown.
Hmm.
But there is a time period that they believe it wrong. So I need you to give me a year, and you've got quite a bit of space because there's a lot of debate about when it could have,
Yeah.
the earliest it could have been and the latest it could have been. So I'm going to tell you, I will do this because I'm pulling for you to get it because this is by far the best you've done. If you get this right. So you've got a little over 400 years. If you pick a year in there, they'll count.
I have a year that I don't think is right, but for some reason is rolling around in my brain. And the worst part about this is I'm going to out myself for when I get this wrong. I did a full dissertation on Romance of the Three Kingdoms for my final year of high school that I got an A+ on, where I knew exactly what year it was written. And I'm going to say 1264.
Well, that's a lot closer than what Dark picked. Through that. So
Oh, Roxanne.
as of recently, yeah, it was from 1279 to 1644.
Oh, I was so close.
Somewhere in there. Well, yes. So
It's okay.
Ah,
One of
well.
these days, I'm going to get a perfect score. I can feel it. When we do the Godzilla one, I'll get a perfect score.
that was a. All right. Yeah, I'll make you a kaiju test
Oh, that'd be great.
through that. But not bad, not bad. It's a I said 3 points now. It's a cool story with lots of little stories in it.
It is. It is. And my favorite detail, viewer, if I say viewer as in like I'm doing a YouTube video, if you have never read that book, I firmly recommend you read it, if for no other reason than for the fact that somehow the children are prophetic. And every time in that novel they write a song to sing a song about something that's going to happen, it happens. It's incredible. And at one point, don't you always like, those children are singing about our cart losing a wheel. How strange. And the guy that's with him is like, oh, it's because they're scared of your power. And then the cart loses a wheel. And then Don Juan says, and those children over there are singing about how it's going to storm later. And, well, they're just awed by your presence. Well, now it's storming. Well, you know, those children are singing about how I'm going to die at some point. Oh, it's because the world can't contain your majesty. And you can guess what happens from there.
Oh, that must be it. Now I'm going to go steal Lou Boo's girlfriend.
Yeah, it's great. Great plan. I don't have a copy of Big O, actually. I really need to get Big O at some point, but I do not.
3 points and 3 points expected to have. Hey, I'm proud of you, Doc. I'm proud of you.
Good job. Stephanie McMahon. That was the second pre-show topic that I had lined up. I don't think it's as much she's stepping down as much as Vince is taking back.
But, well, it's kind of like how much of this was in storyline?
Yeah.
And I'll lay it up. It's hard to. Nice.
When we do the Full Spectrum Wrestling podcast, that's when we'll dig into that.
Yeah. But it's hard to tell what's real or not. There's some. I do like I could talk wrestling for a while, but especially older wrestling, I haven't watched it in a long time. But yeah, Vince McMahon's got plenty of skeletons in his closet, and yeah, I don't know which ones are real or not. So I'll just see.
All of them. Big O is cool. Let's get into weeks then. How did I do though? I forgot to ask. How did I do?
You got an 80.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed 2.
Yeah.
Probably. It'd be better for the company.
Also, soda brands, if you want me to not hold the can like that, you could just sponsor us at any time. Just throwing that out there.
Absolutely.
And then I won't hold the can like that anymore. I'll show your logo off. I don't mind. So, Rugbert, how's your week been?
Oh, slow.
Yeah.
I haven't done much. I have, um, I have
That's what they said.
started going over the rules, character creation and stuff for. I don't know if you can see that for Shadowrun.
Nice.
It's blurry. Clear up. Well, you can see the symbol, and that's the important one.
Yeah.
Right there.
And you can
The
show
top-
that on stream. It's fine. It doesn't affect anything.
Yeah.
Take that, wizards.
Oh yeah. No, there's yes, which is the second edition, but oh yeah, I went back over character creation. I'm gonna try to I may try to run that again, but I gotta kind of get back into it.
Yeah.
The what was the Shadowrun game on? I know Xbox got one. It's like a PvP.
There was a PC one too.
Sega game, yes.
Yeah.
That is an amazing game.
PC has Shadowrun Tactics, I think is what it's called.
I don't know that one. I haven't heard that one.
Came out in 2011, I think.
Okay. I haven't heard that one. I tried the one they had on Xbox that was like a PvP arena thing, and
Oh, it does. Okay. That's cool.
I'll check into that, look a little bit more. But yeah, I like the second edition. Each edition they push the timeline further forward.
Yeah.
And the second edition is set in 2053. And magic's returned to the earth. There's cyber tech. You can make yourself better. You know, there's guns and shootings and malls.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw your other question or not.
I did. I just didn't want to interrupt Rungren while he was talking. Iggy had asked Stephanie McMahon and Triple H had said that they wanted to give the company to their kids. They weren't wanting to sell it. They'd said that a while back, but I don't think it matters when Vince makes a decision.
Yeah, and once again, I don't know it's scripted or not. I know it's a better storyline than they've. Never mind. Let's do that. But that was.
You have a hydrate and a posture check as well.
Oh well, let me hydrate. Got some water here. So I've been doing homework on Shadowrun. Try to get that together. Didn't really watch anything. Was worried about what I was going to test you over. Then I saw that Netflix has a TV show or something called Dynasty Warriors. It's based off the game. That's based off
Of course.
based off the book. But that one I think of it. But that's really it. I haven't. It's been kind of a slower week.
Okay.
For me. How's your week been, sir?
It's been I've been doing some stuff. I finished that Elden Ring video. It's coming up. Gotta run Dragonfall Hong Kong and Returns. Very cool.
Okay.
And that's the start of a brand new series here on the channel, which is bringing back the old challenge run streams I used to do years ago. And that means we needed a new thumbnail image of me. So there you go, chat. You now have a new emote. There's the tray fight emote. I'll get it added to cups and bags and stuff within the week, hopefully. And then you can buy a shirt that has me putting my dukes up on it. So, you get to see that emo yet, Rugrat? I'll send it to you. You can see it.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Looks like you're doing some like old style boxing, put up your dukes thing.
Yeah. Saudi Arabia? Well, I mean, who knows anymore when it comes to WWE. But yeah, I finished that video and I was real happy with that. And that went up today. So if you don't mind and you want to watch it after this podcast, go check it out. Hopefully it's in your notifications. Probably not. I also got caught up on Kamen Rider Geats. That continues to be excellent.
Okay.
Very, very good. And I caught up on a different show too because, people have been wanting to hear me talk about it, and that's Gundam Witch from Mercury. The first half finished off 12 episodes. First core, the second core is coming back in April, I believe. And yeah, it was okay. It was all right. It wasn't No, it was great. It was really, really good.
Fire.
It was really, really good. In a lot of ways, Witch from Mercury, and I'm gonna make a video on it for sure. Shadowrun Chronicles Infection, cool.
Gum. Okay.
I'm gonna make a video later on it for sure once I have like more air to spend. But it is really. We froze. Uh oh. Are we still live?
No, no.
Everything hiccuped. Chat, are we still here?
I'm getting chat. and that's like, she has a very specific question
Okay.
for you. Yes,
All right.
it's alive. Okay.
Sorry, I'm catching up now. There was a really weird hitch on my end that
Yes.
made everything freeze. I do like Char Mommy and Slap. I did. Yep.
Okay.
G-Witch is really interesting because it's like, you know how in First Gundam and Zeta, before the end of the first episode, everything is kicked off and you don't really get time to meet the characters. You kind of have to just get them as we're going.
Yeah.
G-Witch went, hey, what if there's a prologue that is that, but then the actual like first 7 or 8 episodes of the show, about 7 I'd say, are the build-up, you know? And then the Gundam moment happens. And it's kind of subdued when that first Gundam moment happens and you don't realize that everything's shifted, but the song Happy Birthday will forever mean something different to me now. And then suddenly, come episode 11 and 12, it's, yeah, no, we pulled the rug out back on episode 7. You just didn't realize things were already rolling. People dying now, man. Things are getting poof. And so it's that moment, basically. It's like if First Gundam had been stretched out over the course of 12 words, you know? A word ban. Yeah, Gundam, unfortunately, using the word Gundam too much in a video will get us demonetized. Because even though YouTube said that it's not, that specifically that back half of that word will not get us demonetized, you know. Yeah, that was episode 7, I think, Dark. It might have been episode 6, but I think it's 7.
Well, we can't say Gundam. That's a completely different series.
Right. Very much so. But
Yeah.
you've seen
Well,
up to like 5 or 6.
Well, as far as Double Zeta goes, they've got rid of Fa.
Yeah, that's pretty much all to say about 5. Like, for anybody who's like, I can't wait to hear him talk about Double Zeta this week.
It's still, they're taking, you talk about not getting another character, but Double Zeta is like taking its time. So I still feel like we're moving around pieces.
Yeah, we are.
You know? And then they'll get them in place and then they'll move them instead of just giving you, you know, all the important ones up front, I guess. I don't know.
But
No.
Double Zeta is Fa's not in that bad shape. Don't worry. She's doing okay. Oh, you redeemed IRL word? I didn't even see that. That didn't come up on my feed. I'm so sorry. I was talking about the fun stuff that is with YouTube, where a bunch of stuff is getting demonetized from the back catalog of our videos, even though they said that word wasn't going to get us demonetized.
Oh, okay.
All right, so for the next 3 minutes, I can say G-Witch, and I can say Double Zeta. I say next 3 minutes for the, was it 5 minutes? And we'll start it now, I guess. I don't even know what the actual. What is it 5 minutes? I don't remember.
What is it, Trey?
I'm trying to find it. It's under the viewer rewards points. Why can I not see the rewards? Here we go. IRL word ban is for 5 minutes. Okay, so for 5 minutes starting now, cannot say that word.
All right.
So let me continue to talk about this show that I have been watching. That goes, hey, we're that thing that you expect us to be. And a lot of people are mad about that because it went, they think, and I'm not trying to put words in their mouth, but they think it went 12 episodes They think it went 12 episodes because Sing just got redeemed. But in actuality, it was happening from episode prologue, I guess. And
No,
now,
Fa didn't. No, Fa la la Fa. Am I supposed to sing? Or is it just you?
that's up to you if you want to sing or not.
Fa just left.
Yeah, she's left the ship and the show, I guess. I don't remember. Also, it's hard to manage 2 different time limits of 5 minutes at the same time. It's tough to say, really, because I think they're kind of going away, but it hasn't gotten far enough to say.
Nobody do this again.
Also, like I was saying, people are mad because they think that this is now the word I can't say and that they got the rug pulled out from under them. But in reality, it's always been that. If you watch the prologue, this is just that show. This is just that show. Dark, there's a moment in episode 11 that seems like it might be saying there's more, but we'll have to wait till April to know the truth. I still got 3 minutes of this, but I can say that word again in just one. But either way, what I was trying to say is that there's a moment at the end of episode 12 where things go really bad, and people think that that just means that they got tricked, I guess, but in reality, it just means that it's great. You can speak at any moment and free me from this hell.
I was just going along with it. I was letting you go with it. See where that was going. Because I wasn't sure if you were planning on just, filling in the whole 5 minutes so they got their points worth. Yeah.
That was the attempt, but that was going to have the points cost go up. I'm actually not sure which girl you're talking about, King, but there's a lot of really cool ones. According to me, best girl is, I don't remember her name now that I realize it, but it's the girl that works for Chadwick because she's really cool and she's got like a cool coat. Yeah. I have less than a minute.
Well, then we better get into announcements.
Sure. But that's been my week. I really like Gundam. I can say it again now. She's got like purple hair in a ponytail. No, unfortunately not, but maybe in season 2.
Well, that's kind of weird. Like, please take this character's eye out.
Oh, I'm free. I do that in every show that I watch. I just am secretly hoping that somebody loses an eye in every show.
Well, somebody loses an eye in Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Yeah, and it's so cool. I don't think you've seen her yet as of that time, Dark.
Pulls it out and eats it, but it's his eye. That's the whole thing. That's got to be intimidating, though.
I would think so. One-eyed pony. Look, I mean, and there's a hydrate. I took a drink, and I'd be. We need a cooldown between sing mode, so I can recover. Keep the vocals moist. Okay, but yeah, that's been my week. G-Witch is really good. There'll be a full video on it coming soon where I'll break down all the stuff I think about it. Also, those mobile suits are all great, and kind of jealous now that Dark pre-ordered all of them because I want to build some of those. I specifically want to build the Ariel from the final episode. And yeah, it's a cool show.
Very nice. Very nice.
So we don't have any reviews tonight, unfortunately, but they'll start rolling in next week. I do believe we got a couple big releases coming out. But we do have some announcements.
Yeah. Yes, we have some announcements.
And again, before anybody says, well, why didn't you cover the Gundam stuff for Double Zeta? Why are you not talking about Double Zeta? Because we did. There's nothing really to talk about.
Yeah.
So
The big highlight of that little 5 episodes, 6 episodes, 5, 6, anyway, they is Va goes to live on a colony.
I guess you get to see the Double Zeta, but you don't really get to know what it can do yet. So
Yeah.
expect hopefully more to talk about next week. But if I'm right about what episodes we're going to get to, there might not be. You remember the Salt Run? So announcement wise.
Okay. Announcement point.
To go tender vegetable farm. The first one we have is Project Leonardo. I can't type right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's why she leaves. Mark, that's why she leaves. She can go be with Camille. So, this is an interesting thing. Project Leonardo will let us know about this yesterday. Not last week, yesterday. We didn't talk about Immo Mondays. That was fun. Immo Mondays was good.
Yeah,
I was in sing mode. My week got completely thrown off.
We're good.
But this is a pretty cool new idea for a controller that'll hopefully be a little bit more accessible for people.
Yeah.
Sony is trying to. It's in my head, Roxanne. It's in my head, and I'm having to fight it off because I did it for like 5 minutes straight. My brain is like, yeah, you got to keep going, man.
I got the music in me.
Right. Sony is trying to move forward with this idea, which hopefully will be highly customizable right out of the box. You won't have to send it in to be able to get accessibility mods done. You'll be able to mod it yourself right out of the box.
Yeah. I've got their.
Leonardo.
What was that?
They said that
Oh.
she read Protect Leonardo. He's got 2 swords. He can protect.
And it's set up to play one hand. Apparently they announced it at the CES Sony presentation. You can arrange your buttons and sticks around. It's circular, so it sets, and you can arrange your buttons around. They have a lot. I try to get some. I try to look for some video being like in use, but their videos, a lot of testimonials. They seem to go with it, but
I wish that we had that game where Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a necromancer in a Lovecraft world. That would rule.
not quite on that. But they put it on there, and so it's got you can arrange your analog stick and buttons, and you've got different sizes you can use for them, right? And you can adjust the distance between the stick and the pad. You can map up to 3 buttons. So if you need to hit 3 buttons at once, you can hit 1 button, and it will move it. It's designed to be placed on the floor, so it can be placed on a wheelchair tray or something that's called the AMPS mount. I'm not sure what that is.
I think that might be the mount that goes on those surgical beds.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Also, can I now get a game that is both Leonardo's?
That would be interesting. Put a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle over the what is it called? The Vitruvian Man? What is I'm missing the word. I
have no idea what you are getting at right now.
Vitruvian Man. It's his picture where it was
I have seen that rap battle.
Let's see if I can find it real quick. I don't know. Yeah, Vitruvian Man. you've seen the picture. It's the man standing like a T pose, and then it's also superimposed one where his legs are out a little bit wider and his arms are up.
Oh,
Anyway,
that guy. Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah, yeah, where the golden ratio works through it and everything.
Please
Very
don't
good.
let me talk over you because I feel like that's what I keep doing while singing.
No, it's fine. Yes, that was Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci.
Also,
we
when
have-
you say the golden triangle or the golden whatever, I can't remember what you just
Ratio.
said. Thank you,
Golden
golden
ratio.
ratio. My brain is slowly dying. All I can think about is JoJo's Part 7.
Ah,
If you know,
Okay, then.
you know.
I don't.
So anyway, yeah, Project Leonardo is really cool, and I like it, and I think that this is the kind of thing we need to see more often in this industry.
I remember there was years ago. There was some there was a couple of controller ideas that I think came from Microsoft that were from Xbox, but then it kind of went away for a while. And this is the first one I've heard. Yeah, you get the dancing for free.
I
The,
talk with my hands, which means I sing with my hands. Part 7, as in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Steel Ball Run.
But yeah, it looks like a controller for a for like a StarCraft, for some kind of alien spaceship.
That is not correct. I'm wearing
Today.
jeans.
Gosh.
I was really afraid
know.
for a second I was going to show my feet. That's why I got scared and looked panicked. I'm free. Oh, thank goodness I'm free. I'm raising this right now. You're not going to get the chance to do it again to me.
Could have done jazz hands.
I'm raising it right now.
He should have.
All right, chat. Now it's 3,500. Every time it gets redeemed, it's going to go up more. Yes, afraid. Okay. My brain is giving out on me. Let's move on.
Yes. You got a redacted item here for me. I don't know what this is.
Yes. I want to specify. I want to specify that this is just a rumor right now,
Okay.
but it's a really interesting rumor. And it is the rumored Xbox Developer Direct. I have it on pretty good authority, though again, I'm not going to say it's true because we don't know for sure yet. But there will be a Developer Direct coming soon that will be about Xbox first-party games. And specifically, we have Arcane, Bethesda, and a couple other studios that have been name-dropped as part of this. The rumor is it'll be on January 25th, and that we will be getting...
developers talk.
Yeah. That we'll be getting... I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Yeah.
The rumor is that we'll be getting some more stuff about Redfall, some more Forza stuff, Starfield, as has been mentioned, and then Minecraft Legends will probably get some stuff as well. The cool thing about this is also a chance for them to announce some projects, because Xbox desperately needs to get some first-party games names out there.
Well, there is a lawsuit going on about that.
There is. That's why they need to get some more games coming out. And that's where they need to go. Hey, normally these would only be available on Xbox. We're not doing that anymore. So here they're available on everything. But glad it brings you all joy, chat. But again, it is just a rumor right now. We'll see how it goes. But pretty interesting stuff.
Yes. All right.
Next
I'd like to hear
up,
what they have to say, for sure.
yeah, me too. Next up, we have One Piece Odyssey has announced a demo. And Monopoly Laws are very fun. With the click
Okay. One Piece Odyssey. Is this another Muso game?
No, this is the adventure game that has a brand new story.
Okay.
And it has a demo that is launched today, and the demo will allow you to carry over to the main game. So very excited to
Cool.
try that out. I'll probably make a video on that sometime this week.
I don't know who the first to do that was, but I like it when they do that.
Yeah,
It seems
everyone
just like
should
good marketing.
have a demo, make it where it can transfer to the main game. There's no reason not to. Don't make me replay the section from the demo again. So, pretty stoked for that. Then we have our Game Pass games for the month. Pretty interesting stuff in here.
Hey, before we move on, what platforms is One Piece Odyssey on?
One Piece Odyssey, I believe, is going to be Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S, PS4, PS5, and PC. I don't believe it's coming to Switch.
Okay. Still a pretty big wide release.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy
right,
your
and
meal,
here's-
Roxanne.
By all means. The as you were saying about the Xbox games,
Yes.
Game Pass games.
So Game Pass is getting some good grabs this month, I guess. But if you are interested in any of these games, you download them, any of the three I'm about to mention, you download them through Game Pass and you start having fun. I strongly recommend that at least one of them you remember to buy before it goes off, or your saves will be gone. Because Monster Hunter Rise is coming to Game Pass, which is great. That's awesome. But that is not the kind of game you want to lose your save on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Why you don't have a little card you can put it on?
Well, no, because it's tied up in Game Pass. And
but the card.
if you buy it later, yeah, but it won't be free forever.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is the kind of game where, like, there is no cross save. So if you then later bought it on Steam, it's too bad. You should buy it if you like it. That's a very good question. Who knows? And again, for anybody who's like, well, you know, it's not that big of a deal. This is one of those games that if you really like it, you put like 400 hours into it.
Yeah.
You can do that with it free on Game Pass. But if it's a game you're really liking, you should probably pick it up at some point so you don't have to worry about not having access to it anymore.
Right. Right.
The save, it's not, I'm not saying the save's going to be deleted. I'm saying you won't be able to access that save if you then get it on a Steam sale or something. So, something to keep in
just
mind.
make sure you're getting on make sure you get it on the console that you played it on. So that would
Right.
be the Xbox. Okay, yes.
Yeah, because it is
Right.
it is a big game, and
Fair
it
enough.
would really suck.
Right.
But it's great to be able to play that for free. You can try that series out if you've never tried it out before. The other two are Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden,
Okay.
which also are super long RPGs, but P3P is not the best version of Persona 3 in my opinion. Persona 3 Fest is my preferred version of that one.
Okay.
But if you're curious about Persona, check it out for sure. And then P4G is just a great game. That's a really good RPG. We also have Valheim is getting the Mistlands update if you're playing it through Game Pass, which is cool. Stranded Deep is coming to Cloud Console and PC, and Mortal Shell Enhanced Edition is coming to Cloud Console and PC. But of course, anytime we talk about games coming to Game Pass, we have to talk about games leaving Game Pass.
Yeah.
Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc is going away.
Okay.
I am not a Danganronpa guy, but if you're one of those people that likes them, there you go. Probably play it before the 15th.
There's a fan of Stranded Deep.
Nice. Nobody Saves the World is going away, which is kind of a shame. I hadn't made my video yet on that one, so
Hurry
yeah,
up.
I don't have many days. Paparazzi is going away. This is a huge loss. How dare you take away the puppy picture taking game? The Anacrusis is going away. We Happy Few is going away, which is maybe the most confusing one on here because that's a first party game.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that going away?
Because they don't want to give it to you anymore.
I guess so. And then Windjammers 2 is going away. Look, Windjammers is a classic title. Windjammers 2 is not as good as Windjammers 1. I'm sorry. The Anacrusis, Dark. Anacrusis. It was just the preview. The full game is still coming out, I believe. But
Okay. Okay.
either way, some interesting games coming to it for sure. And then our last bit of announcements for today, which I believe is another redacted for you, is
I don't know what you're talking about.
super crazy. Macross Shooting Insight has been announced.
Okay.
This is a shoot 'em up developed by Kaminari Games and published by Bushiroad Games. It's going to be a Macross shoot 'em up.
Okay. All right. I'm getting my half jet, half Gundam thing and shoot stuff.
Yeah. Now this is also accompanied and this is why I wanted to redact this for you, because it's also accompanied by 4 Blu-rays that are finally free of Harmony Gold and will be coming out over here. They'll be getting official releases over here.
Okay. That's cool.
Dark
I'm working on it.
Macross Shooting Insight will be for Switch, PS4, and PC. I'm assuming because the Xbox is not that big in Japan, but that's all that's announced right now. It's not getting a PS5 version either. It's just those. So, okay, chat's having fun. Chat's excited about Macross. I'm excited about Macross too. I will. So, the 4 that are coming over here, which again, that's really hype news, is Macross 2, Lovers Again, Macross Plus, both of which we never got over here officially, right? 2008's Macross Frontier and 2016's Macross Delta, which is really cool. So, if you're a Macross collector, this is your opportunity to finally round out your set. Now we just need official versions over here of Macross 7, and we got them all. So,
and they'll be on Blu-ray with the
yeah,
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so those are the animes, Dark, and they have existed for a while. You can watch them with very good subtitles in pretty good quality, but we never got official releases for them over here. So
all the animes. So I wonder. Okay, that's cool.
So we got 1 game, 4 anime, and hopefully, now that Harmony Gold's grip on Macross has been released a little bit, we can start getting more games.
It might have been.
I think there was a Macross Frontiers, but either way, hopefully this means at some point we get a new remaster of Do You Remember Love, because that movie is incredible. But that is all of our announcements for tonight. How is Harmony Gold even still alive? That's a very good question. Give me just a second, chap.
Breathe. Hold on a minute. I just go back and find my coffee. That's cool.
My breathing is doing better, chat. Little by little. So, ready to get in the news?
Yes.
This first one is so special to me. Let's talk about how Masaharu Inoue is now CEO of AIC Rights.
Okay.
Now,
this makes your day.
Do you know who Masahiro Inoue is? And if you don't, it's okay. I understand.
I don't think so.
We did,
No,
Will.
not the first name, but his last name sounds familiar.
So Masahiro Inoue is an actor. He has been in a lot of Gax music videos. His biggest role by far is Kamen Rider Decade.
There's the rub. Okay.
He is now the CEO of AIC Rights.
Right. So Kamen Rider Decade is the CEO now.
Yeah, and AIC Rights is an animation studio that makes Tenchi Muyo, Bubblegum Crisis, Megazone 23, and it's just really weird that there's Kamen Rider actor is now a CEO, and the first thing he tweets out about it, is the line, "Who is 01?" because in Kamen Rider Zero One, the main character is a CEO of a company. So basically, him saying, I'm better than Zero One, I'm a CEO in real life.
Right.
But more specifically, Masahiro Inoue has been very passionate about anime preservation over the years.
Cool.
He's been
Good
a
deal.
big proponent of the bills that we're trying to put in place to make it where anime would be put in libraries and in specifically in the Japanese library storage, where people could just come in and watch it whenever they wanted. This feels like just an evolution of that. Of hey, I don't just care about this; I really care about this. So I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is.
If you go back over the history of films, even if you pick a certain genre, right? There's lost films in there already.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how many of them are lost to a fire.
Yeah.
Going through. So somebody who like is in a position to go, you know what? I want to make sure we don't lose these.
Yeah.
Over the years. I like that.
Our understanding as well is that he has not broken any of his agreements with his studio or with Toei. So he theoretically can still return as Kamen Rider Decade, even though he's a CEO. And hopefully this means not just Dark, that we get the anime that he's a part of, the anime that he is now the CEO of, to get some releases everywhere. But hopefully this means he will start pushing to get more CEO Decade, to get more stuff brought over here. Because again, he's been a proponent not just of keeping it around, but also of the US fan base. He's made a lot of videos on TikTok and on Instagram talking to the US fan base in Japanese, but still.
Yeah.
So,
well, one thing we need more over here is more stories. And Japan's got a lot of stories over, but we need more stories coming over, fiction and things like this is
So, high hopes for this.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully it does spread and he continues to do some good stuff here, because his last appearance in a movie was in 2019. So it's not like he's been on the back burner for a long time. This man is still like a well-known actor.
Well, if he's CEO now, he probably spent those 3 years, at least those 3 years, doing something
Right.
about it. So
very cool. Hopefully we get some more Megazone 23 and some more Tenchi Muyo. So next up, Lost Media. Yeah, for sure. A lot of people get confused about Lost Media. Let's talk about. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, Will. Hold on. That's my favorite title of the year so far. 2 episodes in. Let's talk about the Crypto Zoo update.
All right.
So, this was an ever-evolving situation over the course of the week. Basically, right after the podcast, I got sent a notification that Logan Paul had dropped a video during the podcast about this situation. So, just a quick catch-up for anybody who doesn't remember. Crypto Zoo is a possible, theoretical, opinion-based scam. Because the game doesn't exist. And Logan Paul made a big deal in this video after CoffeeZilla had called him out on all the stuff, talking about how, okay, how do I get into this? Let me just give you a brief summary of the video. Logan Paul starts it out by talking about how he was scammed himself. He never sold. He hasn't made any money off of it. He was scammed because he hired scammers, and that CoffeeZilla should have understood that he hired scammers, but that you still hired scammers, though, Logan Paul. That doesn't make you clear. If you hire somebody to rob a bank and they rob the bank, it doesn't matter that you didn't know they were capable of robbing a bank before you hired them to do it. Either way, he then tries to claim that CoffeeZilla is going to get a lawsuit thrown at him and that Logan Paul's going to take him to court because he illegally recorded a phone call with Logan Paul's producer his manager. However, it was only illegal in Logan State because
Yeah.
CoffeeZilla lives in Texas, where it's not illegal to record a phone call.
It's a one-party state.
Yeah.
Only one party on the line has to know it's being recorded.
Right. And CoffeeZilla did, so it's completely legal.
So he's fine there.
Which shows that Logan Paul did not talk to any lawyers before he made this video, and then he ends the video by saying that basically that's a weird thing to say, but he ends the video by saying that at the end of the day, CoffeeZilla does not get to decide when CryptoZoo's development is done and CryptoZoo's coming 2023, 2024.
No, he doesn't, but he gets he can point out problems on the way.
Yep. So at some point after this video went up, Logan Paul talked to a lawyer and he deleted his video and he deleted his podcast that he went on after the video where he complained about CoffeeZilla some more and talked about how he was legally in the right. And then he reached out. He called CoffeeZilla himself after saying that CoffeeZilla he couldn't get a hold of him. He called him himself because, again, remember, CoffeeZilla had called the number trying to talk to him. So they had his number.
Yeah.
He called him himself, told him he was deleting both responses and is dropping the lawsuit threats. He told CoffeeZilla that he was going to be making another video. That video has not yet come out. It's also why CoffeeZilla hasn't made another video on it. He's waiting for that video to come out. And then Logan Paul put a, response in his Discord for CryptoZoo, which if you remember last week, we talked about how he had made a total of 2 posts before CoffeeZilla's video.
Yeah.
He made 1 because of it. Now he's made a 4th. This is the 4th time he's talked in this Discord. And he says, I want to read this for you verbatim. He says, "Hey all, just wanted to update you. I deleted my initial response to Coffee series. It was rash and misaligned with the true issue at hand. So I called him today and apologized. The war is not with Coffee. In fact, I'm grateful he brought this to light. I will be taking accountability, apologizing, and coming forward with a plan in the near future. Thank you all for believing in this project and sticking with me. I know it's been bumpy, but your support is everything to me, and I will make this right." And I wish I could believe that. But so much of what he said there is exactly like the video where he responded to the problems people had with his video in Aokigahara, which is the forest that I can't say the word for, but everybody remembers that incident. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think he could have quit when he was ahead.
Oh,
He
yeah.
would've been fine.
Oh, yeah.
Logan.
It all would have been fine. Now, there's been a couple fun videos that have come out since then. And I want to just give a quick shout out to Yip Yip because I know everybody heard that as I was pulling up the video to make sure I had the right name. Because this guy made CryptoZoo in a day.
Okay.
Now, granted, he made it in a day with, not as big assets as Logan would probably use. But it's functional. It works. You can put money into it. Fake money, because he wasn't going to make it where you could put real money into it. Completely functional in a day. So what's up with this 8-month development time? 10-month development time? What's going on?
Got to make sure it's right.
So, yeah. Just throwing that out there. We'll see how this all turns out. My assumption is that, and again, this opinion is my own, and it's just a subject of opinion. My opinion is that Logan Paul will never finish this game, no matter what he says, or if he does, it will just be because he's been called out now.
Yeah.
That's what I said a minute ago, Dark.
Yeah. Yes.
But even then, I don't expect anything big or great from it, and those people will never get their money back. So, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and I mean, he's already left Dink Doink behind, which is his other program. Don't forget his other crypto scheme, I almost used a different word, is called Dink Doink.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I felt like you all would want an update.
Yeah. Sounds like good nicknames for the brothers. Dick Doink.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, but Yeah, massive scam. He could have easily walked away years ago and been just fine. But that's what it is.
The man has plenty of money. Like, it's
Yeah.
KSI and him teamed up to make that energy drink, and they're doing fine. Prime.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also like, again, if he had taken Coffeezilla to, I'm glad. If he had taken Coffeezilla to court, all it would was be doing is exposing the comments that he made in that private chat that has been leaked because of Crypto King, where he talks about how he's going to scam everybody. Lest we forget, again, him saying that he's going to make this right for people. He privately, I guess, now publicly, said in those chats how much they were going to scam everybody. So, you know.
Yeah.
Lest we forget. But let's talk about the PS5.
Okay.
Legally, this is all a joke. That's right. The PS5 has a massive flaw. Now, Chad, if you'll remember, when the PS5 first came out, I said something that I thought at the time was incredibly wise. History has proven me right. You should not ever set your consoles up vertically. Ever. It is a mistake. It is a mistake. And for anybody who's like, no, Trey, they make stands. The PS5 comes with a built-in stand. Look, two things can happen when it's set up vertically. It can fall over. It can get knocked over. Those things don't happen when it's set horizontally. That's not the problem here. The problem is if you have your PS5 set vertical, the liquid metal used inside to cool it can leak. It just kills
Sloppy.
Sloppy indeed. It just kills the console when that happens. Because guess what it leaks out onto? Guess what's directly underneath it if it's vertical? The motherboard. Not covered. Not cased off.
Yeah. Wow.
The worst part is it's not just the big clunky physical one, it's also the smaller digital only one.
I don't know. That seems like huge. Yeah, T1000 can kill your PS5.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know how they would miss that. That's a fine question.
So the only way that I can see that they missed it is because all the testing has proven that it takes a while. Now that while can be a year.
Yeah, maybe.
Or a while can be a couple months. I don't have a good number for you. But the people who found this out over at Wololo.net, who got their information from, I have a name here, The Coder is his YouTube channel's name. He's the one that originally broke the story. He didn't give a set time frame, you know? I don't know that I would keep yours stood up if you can help it, Will. Let me see if I can grab this image here, show you, chat.
Yeah, fans only in the Xbox, I do believe.
Yeah, there's the liquid metal cooling pouring out onto the motherboard. So I will send this to you as well, Rungren, so you can see it.
Okay.
That's not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. You don't want that to happen.
Oh, my.
Forbidden milkshake? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Liquid metal itself is not the problem here. Wololo makes a big thing. Talk about it here, and I think it's very important to stress that liquid metal cooling is not the problem. Liquid metal cooling can be a problem, but just liquid metal on its own is not why this is happening.
Well, it's also very conductive.
Yeah.
So if it goes across two things that are not supposed to send a charge to each other.
Yeah. Now, Coder specifically wanted to make sure people understood that just because you've had it vertical for a while does not mean it's going to just like instantly die. Even if the liquid metal's starting to leak, if you lay it back down or flip it over for a little while and then open it up and wipe it down, you should be okay. Because the first thing that starts to happen is that the cooling goes out little by little by little by little. The APU on the PS5 can work for a while without any liquid cooling inside there, but eventually it dies. Eventually it burns out. And the other big issue, of course, is once it like seeps into the motherboard, you're toast. There's nothing you can do then. So, yeah, design placement was a poor setup for sure. So, oh, send the pic to you as well? Okay, I will send the pic to you as well. All right.
Well, depending on the melting point of the metal, I don't know what metal they would be using.
I don't either. A lot use nickel, but I don't know. Nickel is way more conductive than some other liquid metals, so I don't know if you'd want to use that inside an electronic device.
Yeah,
but
I
don't. To answer your question, Faith, if only a little bit of it is leaked out, or if your console is still working fine, you should be able to lay it down. Should be fine. But once it started leaking out onto the motherboard, you have a problem, and you should probably, if you've had it vertical for a long time, lay it down and see if it runs fine, and if not, you should probably take it to a shop.
Well, the part of this kind of go back. I mean, yeah, why no fans? That seems like it would be.
I feel like I know why, and it's a weird answer, but I feel like it's because the PS4's fans were bad.
Also, okay, if you overclock your CPU, you're basically making it run hotter, and you can run certain CPUs. You can run hotter than they say, and you can get better performance out of it.
Right
now, when there was a whole hardware performance thing between Xbox and the PlayStation. Now, Nintendo's not in that.
No,
they're doing their own thing, right? But there's a performance thing. Now, if you can remove the fans from pulling electricity and have a decent cooling system that might let the chips in there run a little bit hotter, just a little bit, you can squeeze some extra performance out of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
The PS5 can't be overclocked, but the PS4 Pro can. It has a boost mode that allows you to overclock it.
Yeah.
The
got it set up perfect too.
I'm so sorry, man. The PS3 and the PS4, the original, were very strange on fans. The PS3 sounded like a jet engine because they had so many fans in there. And I think that's why they tried to move to a different fan type for the PS4. And that fan type did not work well. The PS4 would overheat often. That's where the yellow light of death, as people called it, mimicking the red ring of death, obviously, would come up on PS4s. And it was a problem. So the PS4 Pro introduced different types of fans that worked. My assumption is when they went to the PS5, they said, we'll fix that problem entirely now with liquid cooling. Well, about that.
Yeah. I mean, not. I don't know. It might be a power draw issue. There's a few, they're not super loud, and sometimes you need to get a few extra PC fans. But I have a feeling it had a little bit to do. Right on. Had a little bit to do with performance issue, and then trying to make the sleek, quiet machine.
Yeah, I think so too. And again, the big push for this is just if you have it vertically, you should probably lay it down. And then, who knows? You should be fine. If it's been working fine vertical, it should work fine horizontal. But you shouldn't leave it vertical if you can help it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, nickel's the big one, but again, nickel's extremely conductive. So it's better than copper, which is what, I don't know if you remember that, but when the Atari was trying to make the upgrade to the Commodore, there were talks of using the copper cooling that was being invented back then and blew a bunch of stuff up.
Nice.
Copper cooling was originally being made for air conditioners, if anybody remembers that. Because air conditioners use copper.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
the intention was to just use the copper that was already being put in there to
Yeah,
conduct,
but
to
yeah,
cool
but
it as well.
the air conditioning copper, there's basically a radiator built in there.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Exactly. Don't mix those things. No.
no. Thermal paste is helps conduct heat.
Yeah.
And you don't, but the most common use I have for it is when you put a CPU in. You put some thermal paste on it before you put the heat sink on it. And it'll help so you don't have metal touching metal. And you can transfer heat through the thermal paste.
Yeah. Now, one last thing I want to mention on this, a couple of them that are being worked on as part of this article were launch consoles that have been kept vertical the entire time. A couple of them are not. So it's possible that your console, in a weird way, they found a couple that were almost like the human body in a weird way that found a workaround for it and was like, yeah, no, we're working fine, even though this should probably have destroyed it already. It still runs. So just, you know, this is not to say your PS5 is dead. It's to say if you keep it vertical, your PS5 will eventually die.
There's a higher
So,
chance
Yeah,
of it
just,
dying,
you know.
dying eventually. Yeah, okay.
It could take 40 years, but eventually. But can't fit with your PS4? Yeah, I understand. Adapt and overcome. Yeah. There's some strong PS5s out there. This next news story is really weird. Do you have anything else you wanted to add for that before I move on? Okay, I didn't want to just cut you off. Toho is making some moves. Yeah, kind of like the 360. You can put it in the freezer for a couple days, take it back out, and it runs just fine. What? Now, for anybody who doesn't know what Toho is the company that makes Godzilla. Toho has purchased 3 animated series by Frederator American Animation.
Okay.
Specifically, they bought the higher stock amount. They have 50% of the company now.
Right.
They
Majority
own
share.
50%, majority share. Yeah. These 3 are Bee and Puppy Cat, Bravest Warriors, and Catbug.
Okay.
All shows that were popular a couple years back.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with this, but I'm interested. Catbug Kaiju, that's my hope. Now I should say these shows have started getting popular in Japan.
Okay.
And they're dead over here. So it's possible that Toho sees an opportunity to keep them alive in the East, where they're not alive in the West.
Fair enough.
And that's why they're doing this. It could just be, hey, people in Japan really like Puppy Cat. So we're going to sell merch. Who knows? But
yeah, they do, hopefully.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing to just I've mentioned this a few times. I have a handful of people that send me news that they think would be interesting for us to talk about on the podcast.
Right.
And when I got this in my direct message box on Twitter, I was, what is this? Why? Dude, Doraemon could be. So we'll see. We'll see. Specifically, the CEO of WoW Unlimited Media, which used to own them, says demand for quality animated content is greater than ever, and yet we recognize the importance of delivering productions that can stand out and provide enduring value. So, no, it's news.
Make all the money on reruns.
I guess so. It's news. NEWS chat. Your mind's out of the gutter. Matsuoka Hiro, the president of Toho, says this new deal aligns with our long-term strategy as we build a more effective system for distribution and licensing of our own IP. We've seen the tremendous global popularity of Bravest Warriors. What global? What do you mean? What global popularity? And the growth of Bee and Puppy Cat, as well as the growing popularity of Catbug, along with the overall Western anime genre. With our production resources and distribution capabilities across Asia, complementing Genius Brands and Frederator's expansive network in key markets around the world, we anticipate these 2 properties will continue to develop a global fan base as we introduce new content and merchandise.
All about the merchandising.
All right, chat. All right. No, he's a cat bug. He's not cat dog. That's a whole different thing. I don't understand this move, but hey, go for it, I guess. Also, some people are up in arms because he said Western anime genre. And people are mad about that because they're like, only Japan makes anime. It's like, no, remember, anime is their word for cartoon.
Yeah.
We put anime on a different scale of they don't. They don't do that.
Yeah. Now, anime for us has to do with the style.
Yeah.
Of it, kind of, I guess.
If Ladybug Cat New World.
Yes, it did. It was miraculous.
If you take
Right.
a Superman comic and take it to Japan, they're gonna call that a manga. It's not like it's a special thing, you know. It's
Right.
well, animation. You know what I mean, Dark. Yes, for animation. Let's get technical here and put on the actually glasses. But yes, but there are some people that are very mad about it and are like, Western anime, that's not correct. It's like, look, man, you look at Avatar, tell me that's not anime. You tell me Avatar's not anime. Tell me, go ahead. Tell me Avatar's not anime.
It is anime, so it's Korra.
Yeah, and Cory in the House, the best anime. Exactly. It's even got its own anime opening. But yeah, that's how that all breaks down. We'll see what that means in the future. Yeah. Who knows?
For that, we'll let you know about the hot new cat bug run.
Yeah. Cat bug shows up in the next Totoro. This next piece of news is really interesting, I think. Dead Space Remake comes with Dead Space 2.
Okay. They're just giving you part 2 for free?
Yeah, so it's not Dead Space Remake 2. It's just you get a free copy of Dead Space 2 on Steam if you buy Dead Space Remake on PC. Trant news, oh no. Oh no. It's a really weird thing too because Dead Space 2 on Steam does not have all the DLC. And if you buy like some of the DLC is still console exclusive. It has never come to PC. It's not coming with this edition. If you get Dead Space Remake on the Epic Game Store, you do not get a copy of Dead Space 2. So I guess Steam is the way to go. Also, does this mean that we won't get a full Dead Space 2 remake?
Yeah, they're giving up on it.
It seems like it. Also, this answers a question that I didn't realize I had, which was during the big Steam sale. Yeah, that's why. They're not going to give you a code for a different platform, even though it'd be cool if they just gave you a key for like a open version.
You can never touch part 3 again. That's
no, not happening.
Again.
On the Steam sale, Dead Space 3 went on sale for the Steam sale, but Dead Space 1 and 2 did not go on sale. And I'm assuming this is why, because they're intending to give it to you for free. So why would they put it on sale?
Yeah. Okay.
But
that's kind of cool. It's just kind of an odd thing to do.
Yeah.
When you you're remaking the first, so you're kind of restarting the series. You've changed some things that are integral to the first.
Yeah.
And then you're going to put out... Anyway, it is. Okay.
It's just a strange choice. And again, for anybody who's like, this, finally, I'll get to play the full version of Dead Space 2. No, this PC version is not the full version of that game, unfortunately. Some of the cool DLC that came out after the game released is just still not on PC. But that's not why I dislike Dead Space. Yeah, it's a weird... Yeah. I don't understand. Game companies are so weird. One day it's, we will never put our game on sale. The next day it's, here, just take this free copy of this game.
Yeah.
And then, why don't I like Dead Space 3? I don't like Dead Space 3 because if I want to see the whole game, I have to play through it twice and with a friend with a terrible system for multiplayer. Because Carver, the second character, has his own things that he sees that Isaac can't see, with his own story going on, and you just can't get it unless you play multiplayer, but that means you have to put up with Origin to be able to play multiplayer.
Ugh.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about Dead Space, let's talk about Callisto Protocol. the credits have some omissions.
They shouldn't.
Yeah, it's like you get like Carver's whole thing with his family in his version that he gets to see that Isaac doesn't, whereas Isaac's seeing stuff from Dead Space 1 and 2. Carver's seeing stuff with his family. And it's weird. It's about 20 employees that have been admitted, including like senior devs and key contributors to the game.
Okay.
So let's get into this, I guess. A striking distance representative. It's ad time. Oh, well, let me take a drink while it's ad time.
Yeah, this is weird. Nobody should be admitted.
Yeah.
Unless you're like saying, "Hey, this is our studio. We're all going to stand together in the studio name."
Right.
Then I would understand that, but
So the devs that made this, of course, are Striking Distance Studios, right?
yeah.
A former employee of Striking Distance Studios has talked to GamesIndustry.biz and said that, or 5 of them that were former employees have talked to him, and said that they estimate roughly 20 people across a variety of departments were left off the game's credits. People they know worked on that game. One of the representatives says it definitely stings. It sucks. I made a good amount of contribution and worked on it for undisclosed length of time because he's not allowed to say as part of his NDA. To just not be there at all, it's bad. It's really weird, like, who all is out here, too. Like, Glenn Schofield, who used to work for Sledgehammer and has been working with Striking Distance for over a year, says, I understand if a contractor does a small amount of work for a few months and is left off, but we're talking full-time employees with over a year invested in the title and had a hand in significant parts of the product. That's where the surprises come from a lot of us.
Bad move.
Yeah.
And if it's just a minor error, somebody got the wrong sheet or something.
It gets even more confusing because of the way that some former employees were included. And again, not everybody omitted was former employees. But yeah, it does feel a little petty. Some former employees were included in the credits as additional help in their departments. And some were grouped as in a miscellaneous category at the very end of the credit roll. Welcome back. That has one of the previous devs saying that, or one of the devs that no longer works for the studio, saying that they feel like there was some amount of playing favorites for the people who got credited. My impression that they pretty much picked people they liked or had some relationship with, and those would get credit and the others wouldn't.
Okay, well, that's not right.
Yeah.
No, if you put in time on this game, you should get credit for it, pay for it, because that goes as part of your like your resume.
Yeah.
You know, you can point to that game, point to where you are in the credits, and say, "Hey,
I worked on this.
You're cool. You're cool. After you, that doesn't. And look, if it was an editorial mistake somehow, fix it.
Yeah, I agree.
At least come out and own up to it and apologize. You know.
Well, I do have a couple more cards in my hand here about this, and it's about to get worse. Because one of the devs that said that his name was not in the game, in the credits, says, designers I know were working 10 hours a day just in meetings. Then they had to crunch just to basically do the work they had to do. There was always this misalignment where on the surface they say one thing, and then almost always moments later they say something to contradict that. They're not giving you fewer tasks. It's the same amount of things to work on, yet they want you to take as much time as you need. The policy is not to do overtime, but you're always doing overtime. So they crunched.
Why are you in a meeting for 10 hours?
Exactly. They had these people in meetings and then crunched and then didn't put their names in the credits.
That's awful. That's ridiculous. You shouldn't. by the time you're at that point where you've got people putting in code for you, you shouldn't need 10-hour meetings.
You ready for the next card?
Oh, great.
Another one of the previous devs that left said that whenever anyone would leave the studio, there would be no recognition of that person leaving. It's the only company I've ever worked at where you'd find out a week to a month later that someone on the team had left. You never saw farewell emails. There were no emails like that. People were just leaving. Oh, what happened with so-and-so? He's gone. Which makes the fact that they're not in the credits feel more like, hey, you left? Well, now you don't get any credit for the work you did.
Maybe they're just letting some people know that they're no longer employed either.
Yeah.
Oh, your name wasn't in the credits? Yeah, your name's not on your parking spot either. What are they doing?
I have one final card for you here. And this is from, again, one of the devs, one of the 5 that gave their testimonies for this. I think the Sledgehammer guys like loyalty, and they can be punitive if they detect a lack of it. This credits omission feels like an obvious FU to those who were left out. Somebody wanted to send a message, and the message was, next time, have a bit more loyalty to us.
Well, that's ugly.
Yep. So
Don't like
that paints the buggy launch the game had in a different light, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So that's terrible.
it is. It is. You gotta give credit where credit's due,
Mm-hmm.
even if they're no longer there. You know.
So hopefully there is a credits DLC. We have seen that happen before, right? God of War Ragnarok had a composer that was not on the credits, and they patched the credits to include her in there. You know,
There you go. Fix it.
maybe they will, maybe they won't. There's only one way to find out. So,
I mean, I can't imagine on your DLC to fix it. You're just sending a text file.
Yeah.
For the right.
I guess maybe depending on how you've coded it, you have to like add a line to the credits and then re-upload the credit file. But it won't be that much bigger. It's not like it's gonna be a big update, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's by far not the first time, unfortunately, Dark. And
Yeah. No, give credit where credit's due. That is, even if you fired them, if they've worked on it,
their name should
that's
be
still
on there.
part of their name should be on there. Still part of their resume. You know.
Yeah. As much as I may not like the man, Yuji Naka's name needs to be on Balan Wonderworld. So that when somebody goes, hey, what happened here? I can point to that name.
So you will know. All right.
But that's our news for the week.
All right.
These secondary contracts? Yeah, for sure. So let's throw it over to Rundgren's Corner.
Okay. All right. Well, let me get my paper up here. Yeah, paper up here. All right. You know, I'll start off with a happy birthday. And today's George Foreman's birthday.
Oh.
So many of y'all may just know him from the grills, but
good boxer.
He was a bad man.
Yeah.
And he could hit very hard. But with the hardest hit I've seen after he returned, like when he was in his 40s and he was in a fight with Evander Holyfield. Anyway.
Yep.
It was vicious.
I still think that his best fight was with Ali, even though people dog on him a lot for that fight. Because he did. He got mad. He got very mad. Yeah. If those punches had connected, though, Ali would be on the ground. And I'm a big Ali fan, but like some of those punches were harder than you see most boxers throw today.
Yeah, boxing. I like boxing. I like combat sports. I know.
Yeah.
You know, it's not for everybody, but I don't care what combat sport where you look in the world. It's got feel good stories. It's got heartbreak stories.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
We have a hydrate and a posture check, by the way.
Posture. Sit up. Take a swig of water.
I'm going to start making the poll while you do this, so please continue.
All right. Well, I looked around from stories, and I thought this one was it's kind of awful. But hold on. I'll get through it here. To that. So there was a lady named Christian Demerit. She's 38 years old. She's a actress from Miami. Well, in 2010, stop giving me ads. In 2010, she graduated and she got some discounted photos. She paid $100 and got a discounted rate. Got some photos, which she was very happy with. Well, it turns out the guy sold her photos, and she started seeing herself pop up in different places. Now she has got she's a little bit bigger woman, but she popped up. One of the places she found herself was on a book called His Big Childhood Sweetheart. It's labeled under BWWM, BBW, plus size and childhood.
Of course.
Yeah, and she went over there, and turns out it's basically a like a softcore porn book. Not quite Harlequin romance, but about the same. She also found herself in some other places, a few different articles, like 10 tops to wear if you have big boobs, and they used her picture. And
yeah, I'm with you, King. I'm waiting. I'm hoping she gets her revenge. Start a revenge arc for her.
Yeah. So she found it, like I said. Another one was called something like His Big. I said His Big Childhood Sweetheart, right? Yeah. But you find out like plus size loving billionaire, black woman, white man, big beautiful woman, and childhood sweetheart. So she was kind of surprised. The Sacramento News and Review used a picture of her, and they turned her into the Mona Lisa, which she was okay with that one. It surprised her, but she actually liked that one. But yeah, she paid $100. Apparently, there was fine print that he could sell the photos.
Of course.
But she wasn't really filled in. There was also a couple other news articles she was found on. One was called An Open Letter to the Guy Who Accidentally Touched My Boob. So her picture has made the round. She was a little surprised. She saw herself for a breast reduction ad.
Oh. In
New York City. Yeah. So she got to see her she didn't see her name in lights, but she got to see her. Now this is from January 7th this year.
Okay.
She took the pictures in 2010.
Oh. Man.
Yeah. So it was quite a surprise for her. You might
imagine.
Good advice to check the fine print, find out where they're going. Yeah, get a magnifying glass if you have to. I don't know. I don't know how I would take that. Like, should I be flattered? Should I be insulted?
Yeah.
Well, this doesn't look very nice. I don't want to be associated with this. It was,
messed up.
It is. Be careful with your image, I guess, is the moral of that story, and read the fine print. Yeah, but I dug that one out. I thought that was, like I said, that one disturbed me in a weird way.
Yeah, I didn't expect that, but that's very true. Yeah, I mean, won't surprise me if one of the thumbnail images eventually gets cropped out by somebody, and they just have that.
Ah,
Hopefully, it's the one with me getting ready to fight.
yes.
All right. Well, chat, also, just real quick, I know that I missed, and we have been missing every once in a while during our live podcasts, the activity feed. I'm working up a solution for that. I found my old Kindle Fire tablet, and I'm going to have it pulled up with the activity feed. Because you may say, well, why don't you just have the feed up right there? It's on your Twitch deal. Yeah, but we're also live on YouTube, and I need the podcast docket. So, like, something's got to go somewhere so that I can
Yes.
have that up, because I can't pop it out and put it on one of the monitors, or it's going to be over our faces. So the activity feed, Faith, is what lets me see when people have redeemed posture checks and hydrates and stuff like that. So I appreciate everybody that lets us know when that happens, but I am working on a solution that'll let me be able to see them live that isn't just add a fourth monitor to the setup.
More monitors. More.
Let's get into your assignment. So
All right.
I watched last week's assignment.
Okay.
Look, I know you're tired of hearing all the back end work that I have to do. But I did receive a call. It seems like you were doing pretty good. An extra white, that's an option. Seems like you were doing pretty good. However, it's been brought to my attention that you are still somehow incredibly drawn to falling great distances.
Okay, yeah. That might be true.
We're beginning to think it might be your superpower. The ability to fall drastically. It's also been brought to my attention that it's possible you skipped an entire section of the game.
Yeah, I think I did.
That's
Skip
not quite in the spirit of the challenge, but we'll let it slide this time.
Yeah, that's good.
Fall guy.
Possibly so.
Probably. But hopefully you can redeem yourself this week with the poll. Now, chat, I need you to understand. I need you, chat, to understand that this is random. But for those of you that know what number this is, I rolled the number 8 again. So the poll is now live. No, that's me. I've turned on the 3 options. Again, please don't say the name of any of these games in the chat. If you want to vote and you're on YouTube, say 1, 2, or 3. If you want to vote and you're on Twitch, the vote is up for the next 2 minutes. I don't understand how this keeps happening because it's a table full of 20 things. I don't understand. But it's
All right.
I've rolled an 8 many times.
Okay, we'll see.
But we shall see how this goes. It's going exactly the way I thought it would.
I know there's one vote for number 1.
I also wanted to. There's another vote for number 1. Yeah. I don't. It's not in our list right now, but it's something to think about. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to everybody that has been watching the VODs. The views, I'm watching them go up week to week now, and Rundgren's Assignment is one of the more popular shows for the week, and I just wanted to let everybody know how much fun it is for me, even though I don't get to watch it live most of the time, to get to see when I go back and watch it later that people are having a lot of fun and interacting with Rundgren and having a good time there, and just really appreciate y'all. Fall in love.
Yeah. One has definitely won.
There's like 20 seconds left. I don't think it really matters, but
Number 1 definitely won. All right.
no, it still helps, Dark. It still helps. It definitely still helps. Don't worry. It doesn't help the YouTube views, but it still helps the Twitch views. King, I just Googled that, and we can't play that. He can't stream that. That'll get us banned. He can't stream that. All right, number 1 has won. And so I can reveal to you, yeah, I'm excited for when we get to these other games that have not yet had a chance to be played. The winner is The Beast Inside.
All right. We'll get a little bit further. A little bit further.
So, no, but Dark, I saw some screenshots that are just questionable enough that we will get in trouble for it. So Beast Inside. Eventually you're gonna beat it, and then it will come off the list, and then something else will go in the number 8 slot, and it will just continue to pop up every week.
That's true. Okay. Okay. Dang.
I was really excited too because the first one I rolled was a new one you haven't played yet. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. The second one I rolled was a new one you hadn't played yet. And I was like, oh yeah, here we go. And then I rolled the Beast Inside again. I was like, I know what's gonna happen now.
Oh, okay. I know what he's playing.
So yep.
Yeah. I do my best. I do my best.
8 more like infinitely picked. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I may start rolling physical dice on the table instead, because I've been rolling them through Alexa, and she just really likes that game, I guess.
Maybe so. Well, has she been watching? Now, that's the question we should ask.
That's right. I've been leaving the stream up before I leave the house to go to work, so she must be watching that way. King, please don't. No, please, I can't. No. So, let's get into plugs. She's trying to kill Rookery. You have any plugs today?
Just our viewers and the people that spend time with us. Really appreciate y'all. Y'all are wonderful. 52 Factorial ain't got nothing on you. If you don't know what that is, that's fine. I might explain it one night. Except for you, Roxanne. Don't make my bacon burn.
Feel every strand of my princess's hair. What an old pull.
But now that's it. I think I really appreciate everybody spending time with us.
Okay,
and having cool stuff to say.
I'm gonna plug. That's right. I'm gonna plug that Elden Ring video again. Even if you're somebody that doesn't like Elden Ring, it is a challenge round where I put some very strict rules on myself, and maybe broke one of them right away. But I won't break it again. Don't worry. But it is. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could beat it with the rule set that I've given myself, but we'll find out.
Awesome.
But it's really cool. And then there's some good stuff coming up on the channel. I got more Dwarf Fortress coming. There will be a video eventually of my thoughts on Kamen Rider Geats 15 episodes in, and on Witch from Mercury 12 episodes in. Thanks, King. Appreciate that. Lots of cool stuff coming up on the channel. So what New Year's Revolution? Man, do I want to share my New Year resolution or not?
I don't know. I'm just trying to survive the year. And I'm trying to hurry well.
One and you failed it so much already. I didn't have a bunch of them or anything. I had one that I care about, which is pretty important to me. And I guess I haven't announced or anything, but the resolution was to be a good husband because I'm getting married. And then the other one was because of my medical scare this last week, which was, hey, to eat better. But that's pretty much it. How about you? Do you have any that you came up with?
No, not really. I can't trust myself.
I understand. No, not yet, but also hopefully you can pull that off. Yeah, realized I hadn't actually said that on the channel. No, just a little health scare. I'm fine. Everything's good now. Couldn't breathe. Can breathe again now. What matters? Schedule wise, I don't know why I get so nervous whenever we talk about me personally, my personal life. I just get really nervous for some reason and start just jabbering. Save me. Let's talk about the schedule for this week. We have tomorrow, of course, will be you playing the Beast Inside.
Yes.
Pretty stoked for that. And then we'll see how far you get. Are you still going to be a spy or? Yeah, that's probably it, Dark. It turns out very little information has to be given for people to find you. Then Thursday we'll have the first and also 84th episode of the Full Spectrum TTRPG podcast. Oh, can I talk about that real quick? So on the back end, I have been slowly changing the names of all of them. Turns out that takes a long time. So I've been doing them in 10 chunks at a time. 10 of them and then stop. And next day, 10 of them and then stop. Next day, have a good one, Will. And just slowly working it through that way because that's a really slow and tedious process.
Okay.
So thanks, Wizards. Appreciate it.
It'll happen.
Yeah. And then Friday, I'll be building Amazing Red Warrior.
Yes.
As far as we can get an hour, and we'll keep going there. And next Monday, we'll be on In My Mondays. Please look forward to that. And next Tuesday, of course, we'll have the regular podcast, you know?
Yeah.
Just want to know how the story goes? Well, hopefully you'll see tomorrow. So
At least another section of it until we vote. Until y'all vote again next week.
Alexa's over here going, please finish the beast inside.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Well, NES Escape review, very cool. Forward to that. Don't know what that is, so I'm stoked for that.
Like Nintendo Entertainment System? NES?
That's what it sounds like, but Heart Attack Speed Run. That's the beast inside.
Or McDonald's? Yes, like the NES. Okay, that's kind. I'm looking at that.
Also McDonald's. That's very true. Very true. But yeah, you know, we'll have more Double A to talk about next week. Hopefully, something to actually say about it. It's not like nothing happened to those episodes. It's just nothing.
No, it's all
important
right, like
happened.
I said. It's just like they're still moving around the pieces
Yeah,
to get everybody where they're supposed to be.
we'll see how it goes. It's an escape room game. Okay,
Okay,
that's cool.
maybe with NES graphics. Why would you go back to that? No, I'm kidding.
Well, till next time then. Shot. I've been Trey.
I've been wrong.
This has been the Full Spectrum Podcast. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum life has to offer. Dark, I'll shoot you a message with what episode we're